Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. As you see, I got the tank off. You probably saw in one of my shorts or the other video where I got all the paint off of it. I used a wire brush, some sandpaper, and some paint thinner, got it off, but it left swirl marks, so I didn't want the swirl marks. You can see it in the other video. So I just got done prepping this so I could rust it. So I prepped it with 400 grit sandpaper and then some wet dry 1000 grit. And then after I was done with that, I wiped everything down with some mineral spirits. You'll be able to see it in the time lapse that I'll show you. So I've always wanted to do this. I haven't done it yet, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. Hopefully it'll turn out good. If not, I'll just sand it down and try it again. But I'm going to rust it using beer and vinegar, and I'm going to let it sit out and see what it does. And then once it rusts how I want it to rust, or get it to kind of look how I want it to look, then I'm going to clear coat it and then polish it up to a nice shine. All right guys, so like I said earlier, I'm just going to use some vinegar. So this is just your run-of-the-mill distilled white vinegar. So I'm just going to pour it up there. Let that run, and then a little beer. This is for my homies. All right, now time will do its thing, we'll see how it turns out. All right guys, so this is 2 hours or 2.5 hours in. I did add a little bit more beer and vinegar to try to build up certain spots. But it is doing what I wanted it to do, so I'm actually pretty happy. Probably add a little bit more vinegar and a little bit more beer as we go to build up spots, and then that way I can have different layers of, or different thicknesses, I guess, of rust. All right, so I didn't really like the way it's coming out, so I stripped it down and I used a different method to get the pattern that you see now. It's rusting really good. It's still vinegar and beer, but I mixed it together and I kind of brushed it on so it would look the way it's kind of looking now. So I'm a little bit happier with this. It actually is giving this nice bronze copper look, I guess. So we'll see what it ends up looking like. Alrighty guys, welcome back. So this is 24 hours. So I ended up sanding down when I first did this. I did a pour, and I didn't really like the way it's coming out. So this is a brush on. Now I still use vinegar and beer, but for the brush on I mixed it together, and I did start sanding in certain places to get the metal to start shining through, like right through here and a couple places down there. And then there's a few other spots that I'm going to be working so it's not as brown, but it came out to this really cool orange color. Then there's a few red hues and blue hues in there, which I didn't even know that was possible. But I'm going to sand it down, and then I'm going to start the clear coating process. So here we go. All right, so I hit it with 400 grit sandpaper and 1,000 grit sandpaper just to try to change some of the shape up where it was really dark brown. I try to knock it back down. I wanted some dark browns like right around the lid here. You can see where it's real dark, and then it changes almost to a copper color. It's kind of cool because that's what I was aiming for. Then down at the bottom it's real dark brown, like right around in here. Then over here it goes back to a copper. And I was trying to break it up so there wasn't so much brown everywhere. So I think this is going to look pretty good. All right, I got the tank, I think, looking kind of how I want it. So now I'm going to clear coat it and do it in several stages. I'm going to slowly build up the clear coat. What I'm using is Rust-Oleum with the multi-tip spray, because if I put it to number 4, it puts a flat spray instead of a cone, which is what I want. So that way, when I start spraying it, I'll see if I can get it up here. I can do it in kind of a uniform pattern. I'm just going to give it a real light dusting to begin with, so that way I can do something for the rest of it to stick. And now I'm going to wait 5 minutes and come back and hit it again. All right, guys, so this is the third coat. You can see it's starting to get real shiny. I'm probably going to hit this several more times. I just have to give it more time in between coats. So I will post another quick video later after it's done. Thanks for joining me, and like and subscribe, or hit dislike, but hit something. Have a good one, guys.